Hello everyone, how are you all? It's that time again to go through your questions. So, thank you as always for sending them in. You know this is one of my favourite things to do every month, so I'm looking forward to this. Light my cup. Thank you to each and every single one of you that's bought something. It's incredible. It's so exciting to know that these things are in various parts around the world. For those of you who have sent a picture of you wearing something, thank you. I'm going to use these pictures either in one of the videos, probably more likely on Instagram, but probably on one of the videos as well. Just to sort of say, hey look, there's someone in a Clan Brunford picture. Those of you that have, I'm not sure where you are in the world, so can you let me know so I can say there's a Clan Brunford in wherever and there's a Clan Brunford in wherever. So that'd be great if you could let me know where you are. And the rest of you, if something does arrive and you don't mind me sharing a picture of you wearing it, then you know, please send me it as well. That would be amazing. My cup, I've got my Brunford cup and I've got my Brunford sticker. I love the stickers, isn't that cool? Okay, let's get started on your questions. Whenever we're about to start, the barking starts. It's like on cue, it really is. Okay, Jeff Farris. Hello Jeff, how are you? It kind of sounded from a recent Another Three Things video like it might be in the works around, but you're planning on making a Calton Hill video. Well, kind of. Because there's a section of that road where I finished that continues on, that goes along sort of Calton Hill. So that part's definitely in the works. But I've already done a video going up Calton Hill. You'll have to go back a couple of years, but it exists already, it's on there. However, I might redo parts of it. I might redo and go and have a look at the monuments. There's 2 monuments up there, so I might split it up and go more in depth with things, because the earlier videos I didn't realise how much I was cramming into things. I was still sort of learning, and I realise now that I can make a far better video or a far more informative video if I just concentrate on one thing at a time. Where the earlier videos, say for example the Scots Monument and Princess Street Gardens, there's a massive amount in that video where truthfully I'm going to go back and tell the story of Wojciech which I tell in that video, and Princess Street Gardens, which I've now been to 2 or 3 times, and I've not been back to Scots Monument again, and I want to do the history. So there's a lot, you know what I mean. So yes, I probably will make videos more specifically about Calton Hill, but there is a video, if you go back you'll find it, where I go up Calton Hill. Ryan, hello Ryan. Quick question this month, are you planning on doing any more live chats on YouTube in the near future? Yes, I was actually going to do one fairly recently, and then Kirsten suggested holding off a little bit, because the last one I did was to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, and she goes, use it as a sort of celebratory thing or people will get bored of it. So, or at least as a special event thing rather than just thing. So yeah, we will do another one. I am going to do another one. I've been looking into how I can do one just for you guys as well. Patreon as a whole. Someone mentioned, I can't remember who it was, but said how about sorry, my brain's not working this morning. A video or a live chat just for say tier 3 or something like that. And I think maybe down the line somewhere we'll do more specific ones, but you know that the original idea was just to have a live chat for you guys, and it didn't kind of work. I couldn't get it to work. I think I know how to do it now. Rather than doing it on Patreon, I think what I can do is I can do a live chat that's private, and then I can just share the link on Patreon, so you guys just go to it through it rather than watching it on Patreon. Does that make sense? So I might do a live chat just for Patreon and then do another live chat, because what we're coming up for, unbelievably, we're getting close to 6,500 subscribers, which is incredible. I really want to hit 10. Can I be honest with you all? I really want to hit 10,000. I don't know how to push the channel more. I don't know how to get it out there more. But 10,000 subscribers would just blow me away. I'm being ambitious now. I know. It's not usually like me. Now, normally I'm just very wow. That just and let it happen. But I have a dream now. I have a dream of 10,000 because of you guys supporting. You guys have caused this. You've created a monster. But yeah, we're almost at 6,500. So maybe when we hit 7, we'll do another celebratory live one for the whole channel. But I could definitely look into doing a little live chat just for Patreon, and I'll share that info with you. It's just getting the time. It's not really about doing it. I think it's a good idea to do it. It's just getting the time that's a good time to do it. I'm busy all the time, unfortunately. Just for normal work, nothing from anything else exciting. Nanette, hello Nanette. Don't have a question at this moment. I received your shirts yesterday. Very nice, and looking forward to wearing them. I bought the Clan Broodford and I'm Here for a Wander. That's been the two most popular. Clan Broodford logo, which you have to admit is just a brilliant logo. It's beautiful. And the sunset, I'm Here for a Wander, has been the most popular. The map, which everyone really likes, but it really hasn't sold massively well. And the one, the cartoon version of me for the Broodford Educated Expert, one of them is sold, and it's one of you Patreons has been amazing. One of them has sold. So I'm not a good image for a t-shirt. But yeah, those two that you bought, that's been the most popular, which is brilliant. I actually just got myself a sweater. It's not arrived yet, but I bought myself a sweater as well. There's lots of things with the Teespring. They tell you how to help promote it and things, and buying things yourself and wearing them and posting them is apparently good. So I've bought myself a sweater because I like a sweater. Because as opposed to, say, if you're in America or Australia or wherever you are and it's hot weather, it's a lot colder here for the majority of the time. So sweaters and jumpers and hoodies are more likely a thing to wear. So I bought a sweater. I've went off on a tangent. Sorry, I'm rambling again. Nanette again. Oh. Are you still thinking of doing a special night once a month? Yeah, I did mention a sort of night. I'm assuming you mean the Scottish night thing. That's with the Haggis box. It's not my project, so I don't know what's happening with that right now. They're going to contact me if it's going to happen and see if anything. So as soon as I know, you will know. But from last time we spoke, nothing has changed. It's still just an idea. Tammy, hello Tammy. If you had to pick a beautiful kind of unknown street to walk in Edinburgh, which one would it be and why? Don't have one. I don't have one. I have views. I like to look at from certain areas, which are a bit too difficult to describe. But no, I don't have a street as such, which I go, yeah, this is cool. At least not off the top of my head. I've got a funny feeling in the back of my head there are places I like when I'm walking along them, but off the top of my head right now, sorry, I can't think of any. Chris, hello Chris. Hi Tony, a long time ago in a video you mentioned Kirsten is playing Assassin's I can't read today. Assassin's Creed. Do you guys play video games often? Yeah, I do. I love my video games. I'm of that generation that we were the first ones to have home computers and things like that. I remember my Atari ST and my Spectrum 48K, sitting waiting for it to load up with a cassette tape and things like that. I was there. I play a lot of video games. Well, not a lot, but I do enjoy playing a video game. I'm tend to be one of these people that gets a video game and then likes to play it all the way through. I find it difficult to hop between video games, although I will do it. PS4 controller is never too far away. Kirsten plays a few video games. She likes Spyro, she likes Crash Bandicoot, and she loved the online part of Assassin's Creed, which they seem to have stopped now. There's only very few bits of it still going, so yeah, yes, we do play video games. Ian, hello Ian. I know we come from a much bigger place, but why is it that Edinburgh locals seem to hate the Fringe Festival so much? We would love to have something like this on the Gold Coast, Australia. They don't. The ones that hate it are just loud. I think is probably the best way to describe it. I know loads of locals that love the Fringe. Most of the people that don't like it have never been to it. They don't go to it. It's a case of their family didn't like it, maybe never went to it, so they've never went to it and they've never experienced it, and when they get near it, all they see is crowds, but don't actually engage with what's going on. They just see the crowds and they're like, no, I don't like it, so they avoid it. So it's just a case that the locals that don't like it are very loud about saying they don't like it, and the locals that do like it just go to it and enjoy it. So that's kind of the case of that. Jeremy, hello Jeremy. There are plenty different ways to cook, serve haggis. One of other than the traditional neeps and tatties. What is the most uncommon way you have tried? Lasagna. Lasagna haggis. Obviously instead of mince. It was a guy at work, one of my old jobs actually, when I used to work at the dungeons, at the Edinburgh dungeons. One of the other performers came in with a lasagna haggis, which was delicious. It was amazing. You know what? I think I might try to make it one day. Maybe on the tier 3 video, for those of you that don't know, the tier 3 video once a month now is me doing some sort of challenge. I've only started that this year, settled into doing that for them, and the first two, December, January, just happened to be something to do with food, just by chance. So maybe I'll try to do a lasagna haggis one time for that. But yes, that's been the most different, I suppose, which was lovely. Barb, hello Barb. My question is, what would your dream job be? Would you move from Scotland if the only way to achieve it is in other country? Evil question, I know. I don't know now. I don't know what my dream job would be now. It used to be a performer. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a singer. I trained hard for it for a long time. I can sing, and I think I was a good actor. In hindsight, I know where I went wrong. I didn't push myself in the right direction at the right time. I was a little bit too laid back with it and didn't understand what it takes sometimes. Anyway, that's a completely different story. That's what it used to be, and part of me would still love that. I would love to present. I think you know that. But that came from this. That came from doing this now. I would love to present. I don't. That probably will never happen either, because I've kind of stopped putting myself out there in that sort of way now. I know the old saying of, find the job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I don't know what that is anymore. I enjoy doing this. I would love this to be my job, but it just isn't. It just isn't. We don't. Your support makes all the difference. It really, really, really does, because we really don't make a lot of money on actual YouTube. We're lucky if it's $100 American dollars a month from revenue from YouTube. It's really not a lot, and that's that. In some ways, I try to use the money from you guys to do things for the channel, like petrol, SD cards, all these sort of things, little things that add up. Paying to go to places, buying food at places if I'm trying it, that sort of thing. And then other times it's used to help, like you all know, the very first installment of the Patreon, I've went off on a tangent, I'm sorry, actually helped me fix the car when my dad was ill, which was a godsend. So it goes towards just helping us live. I would love to be able to do the channel as a job, or present as a job, I think. Would I move? Only if Kirsten would come with me. Susan, hello Susan. We'll be in Edinburgh May 10th to 12th. Would love to take you and your wife for a pint or two. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. I've no idea where we'll be, what we will be doing at that time. I guarantee you're probably working. Or we are hoping to get a trip down south in the near future to see my best friend Rob from college, who's also my best man. We need to see them fairly soon, so I may not be here, but thank you very much. Susan again, can you do more restaurants and their prices? I think it would be a write-off for you. I'm not sure that's the correct turn of phrase, but yes, yes, we will do more food things, because everyone seems to enjoy them as well. I'm trying to narrow down the types of videos that people really enjoy, because I'm definitely noticing videos that do well. Say for example the video just passed, the 3 quick bites, that did really well. Best video for a little while. The video previous to that did really well was the food to try at the Christmas market. So food is definitely something that people enjoy. So yes, I will try to do more food things. The next most popular is usually when I take a walk along somewhere, then followed by history. So I will try to do more of those sort of ones that I can see that people really enjoy. You may have noticed that it's been a long time since I've done a video on the main channel here in the house. In fact, I think the last one I did was possibly around about this time last year, doing how to make Cranachan, the Scottish dessert. Because people don't really watch videos of us in the house on the main channel. So I kind of steered away from that. So I'm like, well, people don't want that. So yes, food is definitely something that you guys seem to want, so I will try to do more. Consider filming a day to the Falkirk Wheel. Yes, we want to do that. We want to go to Falkirk Wheel and Falkirk horses. I think you mean the Kelpies, who have horses' heads but live in the water. Yes, we will be trying to get up there at some point. Again, Kirsten wants to go to that, so it's getting a day off together that we can go. As you all know, as I've said a million times, we'll work full time. Our schedules never ever match, so it's yeah, we will. I promise we will. Tracy, hello Tracy. We're going to be in Edinburgh from 4.5 days this September. We'll be spending 1.5 or a half day in Stirling. We'll be taking a day trip to St Andrews, nice. Other than that, we're in the city the entire time. We for sure want to see the castle, Holyrood Palace, Calton Hill, Arthur's Seat, the museum, a couple of gin distilleries. There are more than one, right? Yes, there are. And the Scott Monument, as well as just walking about the gardens, Grassmarket, Royal Mile. Sounds like your standard good trip. How many of these things and in what order per day would you recommend? Are we being too ambitious in our itinerary? Healthy adults who are used to walking 8 to 10 miles a day when we visit Disney World annually. My kind of people. No, that's absolutely fine. I think, how long did you say you have? 4.5 days, September, half a day in Stirling, and taking a day trip to St Andrews. So you still give yourself 3 days. 3 days to do Holyrood Palace, Calton Hill, Arthur's Seat, a couple of gin distilleries, Scott's Monument. It's going to be busy. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be busy. I would probably do Castle, Holyrood Palace, Royal Mile in a day if you start early. Arthur's Seat, Calton Hill, Scott Monument, Grassmarket in a day. Yeah. Or Grassmarket Gardens in a day. And museums, gin distilleries spread out depending on how long you want to stay inside. I would say yes, it's possible. I would say you're going to be very busy. You might only manage one gin distillery. Scott Monument Gardens, they are bunched together. Probably Calton Hill, Scott Monument Gardens, I would bunch those ones together. Royal Mile Castle, Royal Mile Grassmarket, yeah, I would bunch them together. Arthur's Seat Gin Distillery, I would probably put them together. That seems the most logical in whatever order you want to do them. That's up to you. Hope that helped. But yeah, it's doable. You'll just be very busy. Art and Olivia, hello guys, how are you? Hi Tony, we'll be making a return trip to Scotland in May and are renting a car. What is the average price of petrol there currently? Okay, you've got a little bit of the question after that, but we'll do this first. We'll do petrol first. Currently, now bear in mind you're coming in September. Oh, you didn't say. It was the other guys that were coming in September. You didn't say when you were coming. We'll do it in gallons first, because I know in America you do it in gallons. It's sitting at roughly about £4.70 a gallon right now, a US gallon. So that is $6.13 a gallon is what it's sitting at right now. However, we tend to pay in litres rather than gallons here. So let me go back on. So that's working at roughly, let's say about 126, 125, 126 a litre. Which is $1.64 a litre. Our prices, and I've noticed this when I go to America, because I drive when we go to Florida, your prices are way lower than ours, because tax. We pay a lot of tax on petrol, gas, whereas you guys tend not to pay anywhere near as much tax as we do. I have heard it's because you guys won't stand for it. I don't know if that's true or not, just what I've heard, that you guys are very much know that we're not paying that much tax on that, but we pay a lot of tax on petrol and gas, so that's what it's sitting at right now. Might change by the time you get here. Also, would you consider doing a video on some of the local tea rooms in Edinburgh? We plan on visiting Forsyth, that you mentioned in one of your videos of the closes. I've never been there yet. We went to Clarinda's on the Royal Mile for cream tea, and Mimi's for afternoon tea the last time we were there. We love a good cream tea. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, happily. I will happily go and do some tea rooms for food. I'm sure Kirsten wouldn't mind that one either, because I'm not going to have afternoon tea on my own. That's just weird. But yeah, we'll do that. I think that comes under the whole food thing again. And last, Angie, which month would you recommend coming to Edinburgh for best weather? July, August, September. Really, July, August, September is the best. August, however, remember, is the festival, and it will be busy. And those are, July, August definitely tend to be the busiest touristy times as well. So it will be busy. I think that's kind of the payoff, really. For the best weather, unfortunately, it's the most touristy time. That's how it works. Unless you're coming at Christmas, New Year, which is also very touristy and not as good weathery. So that's all your questions this month, guys. Thank you very much for sending them in. I hope I have answered them to the best of my ability. I was thinking when I was doing, when I was starting to read through your questions as they've been gradually coming in, there's a lot of you incredible supporters that have never really sent in any questions or anything like that. You give me your support, which is incredible, and I don't get a chance to give something back to you unless you're just watching these videos. So for those of you out there who have never sent a message, never sent a question or anything like that, please don't be afraid. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear what you want to know. I want to chat to you. I want to have a chance to say thank you. This is what this is. This is my chance to say thank you to you by helping you in any way I can, or just answering questions. So please, if you haven't ever sent a question in or anything like that, one of the next times, please do it. Please, please, please do it. I got a thing on, I can't remember who it was now. A lot of you quite often change your tier, which one you're on. I completely understand that. I mean, my finances change from month to month. So for those of you who go from $5 to $2 or from $5 to $10, whatever, if you jump about, it's still incredible support, whatever you do. But someone had commented, I think they changed tier. Really forgive me, I can't remember who it was now. And so the name didn't appear on last month's Patreon list. I was like, oh, do I not get a shout out anymore? I apologise. I didn't know at the time what had happened. I've looked into it now. And it was because if you read the things, the what do you call it, the tiers, what happens on each tier, the name only comes up for tier 2 and tier 3, because I just copy the list. It's a lot of work putting all that together. So the tier 2 and tier 3, I copy all the names, and then that's what goes on there. So since that person had moved from, I think they'd moved from 5 to 2, 2 don't appear on that list. 2 don't get a name on there. So that's what happened. That's why you weren't on there. Please don't take it personally. you're not the first person that it's happened to, and I'm sure it'll happen to other people as well as people's finances change and they jump about. I can only apologise. I hope you don't take offence. It's the benefits of each tier. It's how it works, and that's why I'm sorry if you didn't realise that was happening. As always, guys, thank you for your incredible ongoing support. Please remember, if you do get any merchandise and you get pictures, please send them to me. I want to see you with the merch. I want to see you in the merch, but only send them if you don't mind me using the picture of you in the merch as well. That would be amazing. That would be incredible. Thank you so much. I think we'll leave it there. As always, guys, thank you for your ongoing support. I will look into doing a live video just for Patreon again. I think I've got it this time. But yeah, till next time. Bye, humans.